Okay, welcome to another edition of Lama Live in the car, myself and Von. Our Easter Saturday edition, off to Ballarat again. I think most of our Lama Lives recently have been to Ballarat. It's a nice hour and a bit drive and time to kill. So again, these videos, for those who are new, we sit here in the car and talk for probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depends on how far we're going. Today we've got about 40 minutes or so. You can download these in MP3, so I'll link below to somewhere you can pull this down in MP3, or feel free to Alt-Tab and switch. Because visually, there's not a lot going on, is there, Von?
Nope, I'm driving.
The last time we did have some police cars rip past. That was quite interesting. You never know what's going to pop up. Hopefully not too much. Easter traffic today too, so it's quite busy down here on the freeway. So, back in Australia. What a whirlwind trip. And I'm still adjusting to the jet lag. Von was home a few days earlier. Von, how was your flight?
My flight was sweet.
Well, you won the lottery with seats, didn't you?
I did. Unlike some other people that flew United in the last month, I won the lottery and I was in premium economy that I had paid for, and I got a whole row to myself. So I got to work on the plane all the way back and have a whole row to sleep as well. So I was refreshed, ready to do a whole day's work once I hit Australian shores.
Nice. Well, hit Australian shores, unlike the guy who got hit out of his seat the other day in United. Yeah, struggling times, United, anyhow. We flew United out. My experience was fine. But in the airport from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, they were asking for people to get off, and they were incentivizing people getting off because they'd overbooked. And that was pretty shit. That experience was... They were giving people $300 credit.
It's a bad business plan, in my opinion.
Sort of anxiety you don't need. So I can see why the guy's paid for his seat. He was in his seat. He didn't want to move from his seat because he... Anyhow, that was kind of nasty. But given we were going to Vegas, they offered $300 credit. Someone goes, "We're going to Vegas, make it $1,000.
Double or nothing.
So, yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, other than that, it was okay. But yeah, interesting times. And while we're in the US, Trump dropped some bombs on Syria or wherever as well. So, my God.
There are a few comments.
What a world we live in. But we're here back in Australia. It's all good. So, Von, your experience overall. Give us a summary. Now, you were pretty low key about your attendance because you were over there. You were working remotely anyway. So
yeah, my initial approach was to go over and cheer Shane on so that I could just work during the day and enjoy the event. Mm-hmm. That was great. And then the day before I was to leave, I had an invitation to actually ride for the women's event, and I assessed whether or not I could fit that into my schedule. Worked out it was on the Sunday, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a go.
Sunday Melbourne time.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it would be my weekend. I essentially had the one day off where I was going to just watch the event, and I thought, why not participate in the first half? So. Untrained, but I'd been riding my bike. Let's just give it a go and see what happens. They had a real mixture of women that were riding on the day, from total Zwift pros, let's say, right down to women that had tried Zwift for the first time that weekend. So there were some local ladies from Vegas who cycle in the area, and they were astounded by it. They thought it was amazing. The race kicked off, really enjoyed it from my perspective. Got stuck in there and predicted what would happen, which was get dumped on the first hill. All good, but I hung on to my position from there on in and finished off the race strong.
Awesome.
Got heaps of support from everyone watching, both online and at the event. So yeah, I couldn't have been happier with how it turned out for me. And then got to watch your event, which was edge of the seat. I loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah, a really good time.
So in the US, what surprised you the most, or what was the most unexpected thing? Because obviously when you go somewhere, you do a little bit of homework, and you think that you get a picture in your head about what something's going to be like. What surprised you the most about the US, or what was the most unexpected about the whole experience?
What surprised me the most?
Wow factor I'm looking for.
I think the thing that kind of wowed me was the whole different sort of Vegas. So like where we were staying was downtown Vegas versus the big shiny strip
The new
of
Vegas.
the new Vegas.
Right, okay, yeah.
So I didn't really know what to expect at all from being over there because I'd never been to that part of the United States, and
Yep.
that. And then the juxtaposition of the residential part, because we did a little bit of cycling each morning before
We did a lot.
day's work. Well, I left you to it. And
Yeah, I
finished
did 2
ages.
loops of red one, yeah.
And yeah, that was the thing that surprised me.
Okay, the difference in the two Vegases, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
What surprised me was, and I've said this a million times, is the quality of the roads over there, where we were riding anyway, and the bike friendliness of the city. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that at all. And a lot of people have said, wow, really? That's really what it's like in the US where we are. It's totally different. But our experience was really, really good. And that's what I was surprised with. I really didn't think it was going to be that good, given we had to switch the other side of the road. And I thought, it's going to be a bit tough. I mean, I'm thinking of Melbourne. If I had to ride on the other side of the road in Melbourne and not know my way around, it'd be pretty hard to get out to the Dandenongs or out to King Lake. But from where we were, it was actually really, really good. I guess very similar to Adelaide. A lot of parallels to Adelaide. Big
agree.
straight roads out of town and into some hills.
Yeah.
But the riding was really, really good. Okay, what disappointed you the most? It's not all about the yay time. What about what sort of surprised you or let you down? Anything in particular?
Well, for me, I found the food. There was an abundance of it.
Yeah.
But the quality was a little bit down. So
okay,
I had to kind of really make healthy choices where I could.
Okay, what I found in LA when I've been there for a few days previously is that if you go to the supermarkets, you can have the wide choice. So for me, I love a good fruit salad. So there was big fruit salads, big chunky fruit. It's from Vons, the supermarket chain. And that's been really, really good. But in Vegas, I wouldn't say the quality of the food, because the quality was pretty good, but it was bad kinds of food, if that makes sense. So there was big ravioli pastas there, and they were amazingly good, but there was no fruit salad. There was fruit, but there was no big fruit salad, and there was no real healthy... There was some sugar-free or gluten-free, sugar-free sort of sweets and things that were sort of tucked away in the corner. So you could make smart choices, but it was really hard to make those smart choices, especially when there was unlimited drink refills. But for me, it was the coffee as well. That was a struggle. But it wasn't... Look, I've complained about the coffee a lot, but it was more of the search for good coffee. I actually enjoyed that. And we expected bad coffee, but we found some good stuff, and I tolerated it. So that was probably the most, disappointing. But for me, I think Vegas was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And because I don't drink or gamble or smoke or do any of that party scene thing...
Yeah, actually, for another surprising thing, I was surprised how much people smoked there.
Oh, yeah.
There was smoking hotels,
Indoors.
smoking indoors, smoking in the casinos, smoking in eating places. All of that's banned in Australia now, and I realise how awesome that is.
As sort of athletes, we never, all our peers never, no one ever smokes. Maybe a family here and there, but that's sort of going out. But that's just what it is. Okay, what do the US do better than we do? Here's an interesting one. I've got a good one as well.
Obviously Vegas is a bit of a planned city. Mm-hmm. So from what I saw of the design of the urban sprawl and the gated communities, from that perspective...
Resorts and golf resorts and things.
The breadth of the roads and how much space there was around that. Even the size of the lanes, because they've got bigger cars.
They weren't short on room. Even the buffet area, it wasn't tight and squeezed in. You weren't ever pushing past people from where we were anyway. In busy places you were. In the casino, actually, late at night, we had to push past, and that was a bit of a struggle. But yeah, so the space is good.
Yeah.
For me, right turn on red. How cool is that?
The slip lane style.
So in Australia, we do have slip lanes every now and then, but if you've got a T-intersection or a cross intersection like that, in the US, you can sort of sneak up to an intersection, look left, and right turn on red. For us in Australia or in the UK, it'd be left turn on red, because we're on that side of the road.
Yeah.
But that, just efficiency-wise, that's fine. In Australia, we always sit there and just wait. And there'll be an intersection where it's like, well, it's clear to go. So I think that's only in a few US cities. I'm not sure. People comment below. Let me know where else that is in the US. They allow that. It did catch me out in LA once, because for us, you go through a red light, it's like, whoa, alarm bells. And especially being a cyclist, you go through a red light on a cyclist or get caught going through a red light. Yeah, you're the devil. But to see a car go through, I'm like, what the hell? And someone mentioned it. Anyway, it was good. It just allowed better flow of the traffic. That's cool. Another question. What do we do better? This is not an us versus them thing, but just an observational thing as travellers. What do we do better? I've got a good one on this as well. Tough one? Can I seed an idea that you'll totally agree with?
What's that?
Transaction time.
Oh my God, yes. Oh. So I went to the strip malls to check out, you know, some designer bits and pieces at supposedly cheaper prices and stuff like that, and bought a couple of items at different shops. Why do they have to have lines? Like lines for payment. PayWave is a godsend.
Well,
I don't want to stand in lines after I've stood in lines to try and get into change rooms. Actually, the change room scenario in a couple of these shops were fantastic. They had lots of staff in there for you to be able to put your hand up or buzz a room to say, I need a different size. Let me get what I need and get out of there so other people can use that space.
So you can stand in line.
But the line for the transactions, even, we do that better.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Even buying a coffee the other week, I did an AMA on Reddit on the plane on the way back, and I explained my whole coffee story of where I went in for a coffee. So usually, and I explained this to Mendez, our local coffee maker here in Melbourne that we love so much. You just walk in, I want a quick coffee and get on with my day, PayWave, beep, walk out, done. 2 minutes at the best. You know, you can get in and out pretty quick. That's
5
walking
minutes.
in the door. Oh, 5 minutes if you have a chat. So I went in for a coffee, and I had to wait at a cafe. Had to first wait to be seated or to be shown to the takeaway bench. So I can't just walk up to the takeaway bench, sure. Sat down, they then come over and served me. We had a bit of a misinterpretation about what coffee actually was. Lol. But finally got the best coffee in town. Let's not go there. But the transaction itself, they then come out and gave me a little booklet with a receipt, and then there was the gratuity charge, which was just crazy. They said, $71 gratuity. I don't know what was going on with their computer systems, but I had a bit of a laugh with them about that. And then I had to put the dollars in. I had to go there, put the... What the hell?
It wasn't that bad when I was up in Seattle earlier in the year.
Okay.
So whether it's Vegas, Nevada issues...
I think it could be the tips thing as well, because you sort of pay and then you add a tip to it, and they swipe your card again. Even the lineup for the buffet. You'd think you just churn through those people, get them in, and as soon as that,
get them out.
Yep, simple as that. But no, this was like, no, line them up. We'll wait. Do you want a tax receipt for that? And then, we'll have a chat to the guy. Jesus, that took a long time. But just an observation. Don't take this as a bitch and moan, but just an observation that I'm all about optimization.
Yeah, you can totally, take something away
There's
from...
some system optimization to be had right there.
Yeah,
Bang.
I love process. I love
get them in, get them out.
optimizing process.
Yep. So I think I could go over to Vegas and do a bit of consulting because for a place that optimizes to the nth degree the transactions, I guess, at the tables and the casinos and putting money in, no clocks anywhere. The rooms that we were in, no coffee machines, nothing to keep you in the room. The internet was really, really crappy in the rooms, even the paid internet. Downstairs, it was nice and quick. They wanted you down in the casinos.
Yes.
So you think that'd just sort of relate over to the shopping as well. Just get them in, get them out. But anyway, just an observation. Something we do better. But once Apple Pay, PayWave and all that, I guess, becomes more prevalent, that'll be sorted. So where to from here, I guess, on the eSports stuff? That was from talking to Frank Garcia, the maestro of the whole thing. He was super pleased with it all, which is good to see. He's already talking about the next event. We won't tell you.
He's going to do more?
Yeah, he won't tell you where or when. Very soon, though. His excitement was huge. He's bringing a lot to the table, which is good to see. I like somebody executing on something. We've all got ideas, but Frank's come along and just executed on this.
Great. Well, I hope more people want to do these kind of things with Zwift, and things will happen.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as soon as I've landed, there was an Australian e-crit series announced as well.
Okay.
I believe Zwift are on board with that, with ZwiftPower.com, and it's the guys behind Kiss Races and Zwift Power, and so I'm seeing a bit more integration with Zwift as a company with that series than I did with the CVR series. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but hey, look, people on bikes, people racing bikes, people having the similar experience as what we did over in Vegas. all for it.
Absolutely.
So let's keep an eye on that, and I fully support all that stuff. That's really good. So,
Well, let's look at the potential here. We've got Zwift running. They could be doing similar kind of running events and that kind of thing. So cannot wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm keen to see more stuff on the running side of things because, again, well, Strava have gone, look at the main page of Strava, it's got the running on there. Main page of Garmin Connect is all about running. I think the running market is massive, and I believe the Boston Marathon is on right about now, if not a few hours between when we're recording this. So I'm keen to pull out some Strava stats of the Boston Marathon as well. Like, I'm not a runner, but I'm interested in the statistics and the units people are wearing, things like that.
So, about this stretch of road that we were on last time around, you were questioning the concept of eSports and how good it would be and viewership and whether or not you would be engaged with it. Now that you've seen it play out on the big stage, been involved in the hype, seeing how it can be run and the momentum afterwards, what's your take on eSports? Has that changed?
Wow, good question. Can I still sit on the fence? Look, because I was involved, deeply involved in the show, I was racing my ass off, and it panned out really, really well. I'm all for it. And the response we had from the people there, I was all for it. And I've said before in my other videos that all the guy racers watched all the girl races, women races. I don't know, I'll get in trouble calling them guys or girls or women or ladies, or you know what I'm talking about. So all the dudes watch the chicks, all the chicks watch the dudes. And both teams, genders, were engaged with both each other's races. So in person it was good.
So that's 20 people.
Yeah.
What about the broader audience?
Okay, live, being global is a problem because it's always someone's bedtime and it's always someone's middle of the night, it's always someone's lunchtime, it's in every part of the world. So being global, that's the struggle. People that were supporting us were up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. to watch our stuff, so that's a bit of a struggle. Other people were like late at night. So the engagement, the instant engagement of what you get from eSports streaming, I guess, is kind of limited in that way.
Isn't that the same though as the Australian Tennis Open being at this time and the Formula Ones being at that time? And
yeah, but scale-wise is totally... I like looking at that as a perspective thing, but scale-wise, it's just totally chalk and cheese. And I guess for me at the moment, where we see this is we need mass market cover or mass audience coverage. We need this blasted across. And I've mentioned this on the Zwiftcast because we did record a Zwiftcast over there. I think the live streams went out just on Twitch. And a lot of people, if you don't know what Twitch is, it's an eSport, so not an eSport, it's a gaming streaming service. High quality, great stuff, but I think we need to go, rather than like trying to get everyone this way, we need to go this way first and then move forward into, to tunnel people into where the best platform is for it. That's just my experience because I want this to be seen across the board, get more eyes on it.
Okay.
So reversing back though, timing wise, it's a struggle. The numbers themselves, look, I don't know the statistics because I'm not behind the streaming side of things, but I did see in the women's stream there was about 280 online at once watching the women's race halfway through. Men's, I'm not sure about. I was obviously racing. And I've got to pop my ears.
Yeah, mine just popped in too.
We're going up a hill here.
From my perspective though, like, I've done a Zwift live and got thousands of people watching initially when I did a trial of that.
That was on Insta, Facebook.
That was on Facebook Live.
Yeah, because everyone was there on Facebook to get notified.
1,000 people versus 200. What? That makes me make questions.
I think Twitch was probably a blocker there. But look, there's other people running that, making decisions on that, so I'll leave them do what they're doing. For my content, this is why I go wide, and that's why YouTube works for me, because that's where my audience is, I guess. And I think we need to work on building everyone up before it goes into certain verticals about where the technology is laid.
Absolutely. And from what I saw of how that was all produced and put together, I would watch that on TV.
Man, the introduction with Simon and Nathan.
How good was Nathan?
Cut in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're great.
Like for us, but we've already bought in. We're there, part of it.
Well, I'd never seen that kind of put together like that before. So,
and with using that formula, it could work anywhere. Yeah. Using that exact formula, I'd say use the same people. Nathan and Simon were brilliant. They were really, really good. I can't guarantee a performance like that from me ever again, but hey, you never know. I'll keep training. And again, the race will unfold millions of different ways, just like outside. But look, I encourage everyone to watch the replay. I'll link below to the last few kilometres of the men's race. I'll also link to the women's race as well, because there was some really good racing, but I don't know. We'll see how the ongoing is with that. Again, I think why my stuff works on YouTube, or has worked to a point, well, more successful than I ever thought I'd be on YouTube with my content, is there's something new every day or something new every week or so, and it's different technologies, different angles. This stuff still, it's just racing about the racing. Will there be e-racing fatigue? What's new? The Zwift platform needs to keep developing to change things up. It's like, wow, there's a new course, let's watch everyone race on that. There's a new feature, let's watch everyone race on that. There's new angles, there's new people coming in. Is there enough excitement and momentum for there? I'm not sure that's the case. I hope it is going to be soon. I did sneak into Zwift headquarters on my trip home. I had an 11-hour layover, and I was invited over there to say good day to the guys, spend a few hours having a chat. Simon Schofield was there, doing his recording for the Zwiftcast. It was good catching up with Simon again, and I had a few good chats. To the team, a lot of the team behind Zwift. I guess they're fans of what I do. I'm fans of what they do, and let's hope. I just want to see them hit the accelerator on new things. I'm all anything that shines grabs my attention. So.
Yeah. So speaking of new things, I saw that George Hincapie and Cadell Evans did a mountain bike race together.
Well, Cadell's a mountain biker.
I know,
is it the Cape Epic?
Yeah.
And they did a Masters category. Yeah.
I know. So it was like, wow, people that I would normally watch on, a different riding medium on Tour de France or Giro d'Italia or, Tour of Spain, and seeing them do something different together, teaming up, it made me click through. It made me read that next article to find out what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, I clicked on that as well. I read through that on Cycling Central. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not a massive fan of Cadell's, but I do follow what he does.
Oh, come on now! You don't like the chin? We all love the chin. Don't touch his dog. But you're a big fan of George as well.
I am a big fan of George Hincapie. Always have been. I've read his book as well, which is something to show that I've gone kind of next level to follow someone's story in cycling as well. And I have read Cadell's book as well. So it's been an interesting journey, and just my comment there is about the parallels of doing something different, and will you follow it?
Okay, yeah. I like it. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be new. It's got to be something, because if we see the same stories over and over and over again, it's got to be engaging. Yeah. And I think that's what it's about. For me, and again, the content I produce, I find it interesting myself. That's why I put the camera up and from all different angles. Anyhow, so next up, shopping in the US. I did go back to Vons, the supermarket, and I stocked up, because last time I flew back, I'm pretty straight down the line with, if there's the rules on the plane, I'll abide by the rules on the plane. It's like one check-in bag, one carry-on bag. But people rock up with like armfuls of stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're going to do it, I'll do it too. And last time I really kicked myself that I didn't bring enough power bars and Cliff bars. We all know I like Cliff bars. You like a Cliff bar? You love a Cliff bar.
I love the peanut butter filled Cliff bars.
Oh, peanut butter Cliff bars filled with peanut butter. It doesn't get any better than that, unless it was filled with bacon. There's an idea.
Yep.
So I went to Vons supermarket. It's actually right near Zwift HQ. So stocked up. I'll put up a photo of all the stuff that I got here. And I think I ate about half of it on the plane on the way back. But that was, really, really good. Also, I think I've shown a number of my live streams. I got some new shoes. Super happy with those.
Good stuff.
So when in the States, get yourself some Nike Airs. Nice cheap Nike Airs. Our shoes in Australia are quite expensive. So I stocked up on those. Vaughn, you got some work clothes as well.
Yep.
So we made the most of our trip, which was all good. It's just those transactions took a while. And no bike parts either. I didn't get any bike parts or new bikes. They're a little bit too big for what we're doing. Hang on, I lost my pen.
We got socks.
But we got some socks.
Yeah.
So that was all good. And I think one pair of socks that I got will actually offend someone. They actually say, yeah. Or if I'm feeling a bit angry, I can wear them the other way. It says, yeah. I'll beep that out. But they're nice socks to wear. What else is coming up? Okay. So we got home, and with our newfound energy of racing on Zwift with each other, we set up our bikes side by side. One turn of the pedals on the Tacx Neo. It broke.
Sad face.
So I've got the grind of, it's not the grind of death, it's the grind of has to be fixed on the Neo. So the way the Neo works, it's just one big plate with a lot of magnets around the outside, and the tolerances and the clearances are really, really fine where the electromagnet kicks in, and something's gotten in there, or I'm not quite sure until I take it apart. So my Neo's out of action for now. Bit disappointed with the reliability of that. We haven't had those kind of issues with any other trainer other than the Flux, different issue again. But Tacx were on it straight away. I sort of put the video up about the grinding, and Tacx within 5 minutes, bam, had me sorted and had the part coming for the extract so I can fix it. So come along with me with the customer journey of that and how I'm going to fix my Tacx Neo. Hopefully I'll have the part at the end of this week. We'll get I'll film the thing, because as a customer, I'm going through the customer experience here. If something breaks or doesn't work, I'll film it and show you the experience. Nothing up my sleeve. I paid for my own Tacx Neo, and I, like everyone else, am very, very disappointed that it broke on me. So we'll go through the fixing of that this week, or in late next week, and hopefully we'll be up and Neoing again.
Yeah, I was looking forward to riding that one, so we'll get back on it in the next week.
So that's what it's all about. So again, nothing up my sleeve. It's not marketing. It's probably not a good thing that another Tacx product broke, but again, I'll give them full credit for getting back to me ASAP.
Yeah, that was a good customer response.
Yeah, so we shall get onto that. But again, it's the real experience. That's what it's all about. And another real experience I saw this week, Ray Maker is over at, it's the Sea Otter Classic, which is sort of like Eurobike / Interbike / just a get together of everyone. It's happening this weekend in the US. I wasn't able to hang around. My flight was back a week early. It would have been nice to attend this, but Ray's over there in the States, and while he's over there, he's visiting Specialized. Specialized have a wind tunnel. They call the Wind Tunnel, bit gimmicky. I'll put the photo up here of Instagram. Ray's got all the new GPS head units, and he's doing wind tunnel testing. Now remember, last time we were in the car, and my Bolt video, Wahoo were claiming the Bolt is X amount of seconds faster over X amount of time because it's a nice sleek design. How much does that really matter, and how much difference does it really make? Ray is putting this to the test.
Let's see if you can measure it.
I commented on it, this is going to be good. And Ray favoured that. I'm really, really keen to see those results. I think Ray and I have a mutual respect for what we both do. I mean, Ray's up in the stratosphere with the products and things that he covers, but it's all real stuff. It's all, no bullshit. It's real user experience, and it's some real data as well. Not the marketing side of things, which can,
it's a road test.
Push extremes, I guess, with the marketing. So will the Bolt really save, was it 5 seconds over 40, whatever it was? Keen to see, and I will definitely be retweeting, linking, talking about. Let's see what he comes up with. I'm super keen to see how that goes. So I finally decided, almost decided to go Di2. I've ridden a couple of electronic bikes recently, and I'm like, yeah, it's about time. And one of the Zwift events we did originally in Australia, we had the climbing shifter, and I would have loved that over in the US. Like when you're in the box putting out massive watts up a climb, you don't want to have to reach, you just want to little blip shifter they are beautiful. So I've wanted it ever since then. I've never really pulled the trigger on. So this week I was looking at the prices of upgrading to the Di2 shifter set. I'll only go Ultegra. I don't think Durace is really required. Given a lot of my riding's indoors, the weight penalty doesn't really matter. But I'm a bit disappointed at the pricing, I've got to say.
Yeah. I
can get a mechanical Ultegra 11-speed shift kit for about 400 to 450 Australian. That's just the shift kit. I can get a full Ultegra group set, 11-speed mechanical, for about $850. But the electronic, just the shift kit, is about $1,000.
That's more than double.
Well, a mechanical shift kit versus Di2 shift kit and all the requirements, it is double the price of that. But when an entire group set is still cheaper than just the shift kit for that, I'm struggling. I really want to get the shift kit. I want to investigate that tech. It's old technology now anyway. Di2's been out for what, from 2011, 2012? It's been a long time coming that I've been looking into this. I also looked at eTap. The shift kit for that is $1,600. So SRAM, love your stuff. Sorry, won't be doing it. Can't even go that route. Let me know if you've got Ultegra Di2. Let me know the differences if you can justify Durace Di2. I don't think there's any differences between the componentry you can use, such as sprint shifters or climbing shifters. or the D-Fly, which gives you some more telemetry. I probably won't go that level with the D-Fly, but it's interesting. It's tech. Let me know if you run Ultegra Di2. Let me know the best price you can find on it, because I'll be purchasing it myself. Let me know. Would you go Di2 Ultegra?
Oh, look, if one magically popped onto my bike, I would love it.
I'd love to pop one onto your bike, but it's not going to happen anytime
Look,
soon.
I've got a couple of mates.
I know your birthday's coming up, but...
I've got a couple of mates that have put it onto their bike. Have you seen Manny's beautiful S-Works?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks amazing, and I can imagine for travelling, it would be fantastic just to take that derailleur off, and it's essentially...
You're talking E-Tap?
I am.
Really?
She's got E-Tap. Yeah. And I was riding behind Tiffany Cromwell when we were up in Sydney, just before the end of the year, and seeing the way that the batteries could swap between
because she had a problem with her bike because she couldn't change. Yeah, am I right? See,
but
don't talk about that.
It was easy to see how things were interchangeable.
Yeah,
and how.
But just the shift kit of E-Tap, 1,650 Australian. Whereas mechanical shift kit we're talking $1,200 more. That is, look, I know I'm bitching and moaning about it, but and once you've made a purchase, you've made it, you're done, you move on from it. Yeah. But it's just that struggle, and I get it now with people looking at smart trainers and really being the price being a blocker of that, for sure, absolutely for sure. So I'm asked quite often, what's the best price smart trainer or the best value smart trainer out there? And I still loop back to a second-hand kicker.
Okay.
If you can pick a second-hand kicker up, the only thing that'll, I guess, fail on a kicker that I've seen is the belt. And you can pick those up for $23 in the US, up to $50 to even $100 if you go through the official channels. But you can pick up belts for them. I haven't seen any bearings go in the kicker. Some shims go as well inside. Like, this is after many thousands of Ks.
But they're all serviceable parts.
Correct, they're serviceable parts. It's not an end of life type thing. So the answer on that one, I'll hide this in this video at the end of here if you've hung around and watched our journey for today. My hot tip on the best value smart trainer, kicker version 1 with the new firmware, refurbed. I think they sell refurb units in the States.
Great.
So I find that there's an answer on that one. What else have we got going on? That covers about everything for now. I appreciate everyone who watched all the content that I've made over in the US. It was a bit different, and whenever I travel, the channel stats go just through the floor, because what builds my channel is the whole wheel balancing. It's the let's show you how to build the standard tech tip stuff that people come along, find interesting, and go about their day and not subscribe or anything. Like, the views go quite well, but whenever I travel and I can't put that standard content up, the channel just absolutely dive bombs. Which is why, for me, what the YouTube stuff's about are the doors that open. I'm not relying on YouTube at all. If YouTube disappears tomorrow, oh well, that's unfortunate. Because I can guarantee that, I can tell you, the monetization of YouTube disappears in days. I don't know how it actually works. Well, I kind of do, but the views can stay consistent, but the monetization halves, so you can't even buy coffee one day. Not even bad coffee. So it's, for me, again, about the channel. Just to reiterate, for everyone who's new, the content I produce is about mixing the experience of riding a bike indoors or outdoors, being fit, and having a better experience doing it. Technology is hard, and hooking all these things up can be a real struggle for a lot of people. So I hope the content library that I've created has a lot of how-to videos, a lot of quick tips, and a lot of how to get a better experience out of riding indoors, outdoors, and just a bit of general Australiana, I guess. So when you travel, that all sort of disappears. So walking down Fremont Street, doing it live, that was a bit of a home video. I did put a lot of, I'm sorry, this is not my usual content, but I did have a lot of fun, and I've got a lot of viewers who I consider good mates. I think I've got about 22,000 mates at the moment, who all could come along and enjoy that experience from fresh eyes and an honest opinion of what was going on. There was some crazy down Fremont Street. But all right, we'll leave it there, Vaughn. Thank you for coming along again for another Lama Live, and just another banter about everything. We've got the bikes got the bikes on the roof.
Bikes are on the roof.
We're going for a ride today.
Should show them that sign.
Oh yeah, and how do we know bikes are on the roof? We've got a little thing that we put in the air conditioner here, so we know bikes are on the roof. And we open the top sunroof, so we can see them up there as well. I'm sure there's some technology that it should be coming out. Actually, there's something. Someone in Europe, can someone please invent a little sensor? So if you drive under anything, the Subaru itself has sensors sort of on the road. It'd be nice to have a little thing you clip up here, and you've got bikes on the roof to alert you whenever you drive under something about this high.
Yeah.
Business idea, cash in, let's go. Time for another coffee. Time for another coffee?
Coffee time.
All right, thanks for watching. Really appreciate the views, everyone. And thanks for coming to Vegas with us. And yeah, who knows where we'll end up next? Hopefully Ballarat.
I know where we're going.